going on, y'all? This is Clarence Jr. breaking down the Bulldogs. I am fired up for another weekend of CIAA football. I'm fired up about another show of breaking down the CIAA, and I'm excited about hitting 500 subscribers and reaching monetization. And so with that being said, you can be the first one to hit the super chat for this channel and show some love. And so why not let it be you?
Donations. Donations. Donations, 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 gifts, gifts, gifts.
All right, we're not going to waste no time. We got a lot to get into, so we're going to get straight into it. Let me go ahead and pull this up. We're going to look at what happened in conference play around the CIAA this past Saturday. Then we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen coming up next weekend. And so I'm going to make this even bigger so you guys can see what happened across the conference. All right, so we're going to start off at Lincoln at Livingstone, and man, oh man, Lincoln. There's certain things that only happen to Lincoln, and you'll see what I'm talking about towards the end. Here we have Elijah Alexander. We have Javen Parker with a 24-yard touchdown run to put Livingstone up 14-0. And here we have Elijah Alexander with a 20-yard touchdown run that's going to put them up 24-0. Here we are halfway through the fourth quarter, and this is what I'm talking about. Certain things only happen to Lincoln. Man. Lincoln, Lincoln, you can't allow stuff like this to happen. Oh boy. But nevertheless, David Jones rumbled and stumbled his way into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown run and put Lincoln up 31-0. Lincoln at least tried to save face by avoiding the shutout as Hamas Doran throws a 13-yard touchdown pass to Kyrie Tyson. All right, let's look at the numbers from this game. The final score was 31-7 Livingstone. Livingstone is actually 3-1 at this point in the season. Let's go ahead and get into some of the numbers. Let's go ahead and get some of the numbers from this game. It was an ugly one for Lincoln, that's for sure. But anyway, Lincoln had 42 total rushing yards. Livingstone had 116. They also had 240 passing yards. They had 356 total yards of total offense. Lincoln had less than 200. They were 3 for 3 in the red zone, 3 touchdowns. Elijah Alexander was 13 of 21 for 198 yards and a touchdown. David Reed had 5 catches for 78 yards. Let's go ahead and move on to Bluefield State at Johnson C. Smith. This was an even worse shellacking, if you ask me. Here we are. Late in the first quarter, Calvin Durham to DeAndre Proctor for the 44-yard touchdown pass to put them up 14-3. We're halfway through the second quarter, and Avante George is going to take this in for a 1-yard touchdown run to put JCSU up 21-6. But here we go. It's looking like, do we have a game here? It's 21-6, and Bryce Kuntz is going to throw a 34-yard touchdown pass to Julian Crawley, and that's going to bring them to 21-13. Here we are late in the second half, 2 minutes to halftime. It's a 21-13 game. Is Bluefield primed for an upset? Well, no, because directly after this touchdown, Bluefield would turn around and give up a 99-yard kickoff return to Isaiah, or 100-yard kickoff return to Isaiah Perry. And it goes from 21-13, feeling good at the half, to now 28-13. And sadly for Bluefield, JCSU was not done scoring in this half, even with this. They go on to score again late in the half and put the score at 35-13. Mind you, 2 minutes before halftime, it is 13-21. Bluefield State's feeling like they're in the game. You get to halftime, it's 35-13, game over. JCSU goes on to win 69-13. And these numbers are wow. Bluefield had 12 total first downs. JCSU had 220 rushing yards, 320 passing yards, over 500 yards of total offense. They were 8 of 9 on third down. Kelvin Durham, 18 of 22, 297 yards, 4 touchdowns. Bobby Smith, 15 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brian Lane and DeAndre Proctor both had over 80 yards receiving and a touchdown. All right, now we're going to get into WSSU at Bowie State. Bowie State, off the turnover, you have Dalen Lee to Devontae DeLoach for a 19-yard touchdown pass. It is 7-0. It's now 14-9 after 3 straight Bowie State field goals. Couldn't punch it in. And Dalen Lee is going to go to DeLoach again for another touchdown. It is now 21-9. And Bowie State finally gets a touchdown on the board as Malachi Anthony throws a 31-yard touchdown pass to a wide-open Carlos Smith to bring the score to 28-18. Bowie State would then add on a field goal. They would get multiple stops. It is now 5 seconds left in the game. Bowie State has to get the ball into the end zone to have a chance. But with 5 seconds left and no timeouts, the ball is thrown underneath. And, yeah, that's not going to do it. Bowie State will go on to lose the game 28-21. When you look at the stacks, it's really mind-scratching and mind-boggling as Bowie State had 10 more first downs, twice as many rushing yards, 40 more passing yards, half the penalties, one time of possession by almost 10 minutes. But here's why they lost the game. 6 red zone possessions, 0 touchdowns. I'm going to say that again. 6 red zone possessions, 0 touchdowns. Usually, when you see a score like 28-21, you think one team scored 4 touchdowns, the other team scored 3. No, that's not what took place this game. In this particular game, one team scored 4 touchdowns, the other team scored 1 touchdown and 5 field goals. And that's how that went. Dalen Lee was 18-29 for 190 yards and 4 touchdowns. Devontae DeLoach, 12 catches, 88 yards, 3 touchdowns. Micah Robinson, 24 carries, 92 yards. Good game from him. Now we're going to move on. Virginia Union at Shaw. Virginia Union at Shaw. All right. Curtis Allen with the 3-yard touchdown run to put Union up 17-0 early in the second quarter. It is only going to get worse from here. Now we have R.J. Rosales with a 19-yard touchdown pass to Keon Davis to put them up 31-0. But one thing I like about Shaw not getting shut out. They might lose, they might get blown out, but they're going to score. And so Fabian Diggs with a 12-yard touchdown run to avoid the shutout, put the score at 38-7. At this point, Union has the backups and they have the scrubs in the game, and they're still putting up points as Miles Derricott throws a 28-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Thompson to put them up 59-7, and that would be the final score. Earlier, however, in the fourth quarter, there was a scary injury for Lewis Taylor III, a junior corner, being carted off the field. We want to keep this young man in our prayers that he makes a full recovery. The CIAA is a big family. All right? It is a good sign that he's moving his arms and he seems to be in good spirits. Praying for a speedy recovery for this young man. All right, now we're at Virginia State at Fayetteville State. Early in the second quarter, Bryce Cancel with an 8-yard touchdown run to put them up 7-0. But R.J. Matthews with the 27-yard touchdown pass to Malik Hunter to make this a one-score game. R.J. Matthews again this time he keeps it himself, 5-yard touchdown run to even up the score in this game. This is late in the third quarter. It's a tied football game. But however, Damari Daniels throws a 33-yard touchdown pass to Christian Golden to put Fayetteville State up by a score. Fayetteville State not done. Damari Daniels with a 28-yard touchdown run to give them some breathing room and some distance, putting up 2 scores with less than 4 minutes to go in the game. They would go on to win this game 33-14. The score is a blowout, and technically it is a blowout, but when we look at what happened in this game, Virginia State just turned the ball over too many times. And that's why they lost this game. They had 9 more first downs than Fayetteville State. Now here's an issue. Virginia State had 22 rushing yards in this game. They did have 300 yards passing, but they also had 2 interceptions. They also fumbled the ball 4 times. They only lost 1, but they put the ball on the ground 4 times. And they had 11 penalties. And that's when 22 yards rushing, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, 11 penalties. That's how you lose on the road. They won time of possession by 12 minutes. But once again, you turned the ball over 3 times. Fayetteville State was only converted 2 third downs. But once again, they forced 3 turnovers. RJ Matthews, 22 of 38 for 280 yards. 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Damari Daniels, 13 of 21 for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks himself. Bryce Council, 21 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. All righty. So that was this week in the CIAA. Let's go ahead and preview what we got coming up this weekend, this Saturday, as a matter of fact. Let me go ahead and show that to you guys. Got some good games coming up this weekend. So we have Shaw at Bluefield State, 1 o'clock. If I had to pick somebody in this game, I'm not sure. I'll come back to that one. Fayetteville State at Bowie State. Bowie State's going to win this game by multiple touchdowns. You heard it here first. You heard what I said. Bowie State by multiple touchdowns at home versus Fayetteville State. Livingstone at Elizabeth City State. ECSU has not won a game. They got to be desperate. They got to be hungry. They're coming off a bye week. They have to win this game. And so based on that alone, I'm going to take ECSU to beat Livingstone. We got Union at WSSU. I think the culture surrounding these 2 teams and the temperature and the messaging coming from the 2 different coaches is the difference in this game. I'm going to take Virginia Union over Winston-Salem State. Then we have JCSU at Virginia State. Virginia State's coming off a tough road loss. JCSU's coming off a big home win, but it was versus Bluefield State. Last time we saw JCSU on the road in the big game, it was at Union, and they did not look good. Because of that, I'm going to take Virginia State to win this game at home. I'm not picking JCSU to win the big game until I see them win the big game. And this is a big game because by them already having a loss to Union, if they turn around and lose to State and they still have to play Fayetteville State and Winston-Salem State, this is a big game for JCSU. But I'm going to take Virginia State in that game. Going back to Shaw and Bluefield State. I'm going to take Bluefield State at home in this game. Not going to lie. I kind of want to take Shaw. I'm not going to lie. But Bluefield State is so bad defensively. But I'll take Bluefield State to win this game at home. I'll take Bluefield State. So I'm going to take Bluefield over Shaw, Bowie State over Fayetteville State, big. I'm going to take ECSU over Livingstone, close. I'm going to take Union over Winston-Salem State, close. And I'm going to take Virginia State over Johnson C. Smith by 10 points or more. And so there you have it for next week's predictions. All right. And just to remind you, for those of you who may not have seen it, let's go ahead and look at the Let's go ahead and look at the CIAA rankings going into week 5. You got Union at number 1 with no conference losses and a big win at JCSU. You got JCSU at 2 with their conference loss coming to Union. You got Virginia State at 3 after a big loss at Fayetteville State. You got WSSU at 4. You got Livingstone at 5. You got Fayetteville State at 6. Climbing out of the hole they put themselves in early. You got Bowie State at 7 after dropping 3 in a row. Granted, 2 games they should have won, but nevertheless, still losses. Then we're going to have ECSU, who is winless. Shaw, I almost put Shaw over ECSU, but Shaw's win was Lincoln, and I think, you already know what I think about Lincoln. I got Bluefield State at 10. Lincoln is last. So, there you have it. Very excited for this weekend of CIAA football. Make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the super chat, hit the Cash App. Hey, can't wait to see you guys this weekend. Peace. Going to go ahead and bring that down. We're going to wrap this bad boy on up.